Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Unfunny Gamers podcast. We got another Unfunny Gamer back, and yeah, sound effects.
Hi!
Oh God. So,
Hi!
we're talking about. I guess I don't know. Is it your favorite genre or is it Zelda? You're Sonic. You're a Sonic guy.
Sonic is in my big three. Yeah.
Top three?
Yeah, top three.
Is it really? You sure?
Yeah,
Because,
absolutely. I adore Sonic.
better than Mario?
Yeah.
Oh, ooh, that doesn't hit right. Ooh.
Truly speaking.
Yeah, it's sad. You know, there's a theory going around that Sonic just copied off Mario.
Okay.
Just okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. So today we're just gonna be talking about like the game franchise itself. I just want to like get into like some subjects, like pretty much I just want to talk about like the movies. I want to talk about the games and the merchandise, and yeah, that's really what I want to get in touch with you more about, because I know you
Cool.
know the lore a lot more better than I would, I think.
Okay.
So yeah, why don't we start about the movie?
You sure?
So first off, what's your favorite movie of the franchise?
3? The third one?
Really?
No. I didn't hear what you said.
Why is that so loud? Okay, wait. Yeah. I said, which one of the three is your favorite movies?
3 or 2.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're both pretty similar in quality, but I think 3 is the best.
Huh. I actually think number 2 is the best.
I think that's fair.
But
I think
like,
3 has the best storytelling, but 2 is like the most. I think it's the perfect balance between 1 and 3.
and I definitely think number 1 has like a very like starting off, like it's good to start off with that one. I think it's a definitely, like, I feel like everything worked out perfectly. Like usually franchise, if you look at like Revenge of the Sith or like the Star Wars movies franchise, like
Right.
those, like there's obviously a big difference between the three and very big fan base, but like with the Sonic franchise, it really feels like it's like its own, like they're all their own movies and they feel a lot more very loved in the community.
I'd say so. Yeah.
So
I'd say 4. What? I'd say 1 is a 6 out of 10, 2 is a 7, and 3 is an 8.
wow, what, no 10 out of 10s?
No 10 out of 10. So no, I love Sonic, but Sonic is also. I don't think there's a. I think the only Sonic game that could possibly be a 10 out of 10 is Sonic Generations, and I think it's more of a 8 or 9.
Really?
Yeah, my
Well-
favorite Sonic game of all time, I'd give like a 6.
So because I know you like know the lore base, did the movies actually hit well with the lore, at least with Sonic?
They did great. Yeah, they did really, really good with the lore, and they took a lot of liberties that were really well done, I think. For example, in the games, Shadow was created as like as a science experiment by Gerald Robotnik, and in the movie, he's just like an alien who came down and they tested on him. And I thought that was interesting, and it didn't really ruin anything about the narrative, and it kind of made him make more sense as a hedgehog, because he came from like, he's technically an alien like Sonic is, but it wasn't true in the games, and I enjoy both takes. I think they're both interesting routes to go down.
Isn't
So I think, yeah, I think even the liberties that they took were interesting and actually like worth going down.
isn't though Shadow like in the games like a clone or something?
Yeah. In the games, they created him. Gerald Robotnik created him to be the ultimate life form. So he's this like, he's meant to be like the strongest and most intelligent thing in the universe. And because he made Shadow to help him cure Maria's disease, because Maria had a disease.
Now
in the games.
with the games and all.
Yeah.
With Okay. With the movies and all, do you think there's a chance? I heard this suspicion that in the fourth movie, there's a chance they could add Silver. Now I know
don't think they will.
Silver.
Silver's my favorite character, but
Yeah,
but I don't think they will. I think they're gonna focus on Amy.
really. I feel
Yeah.
like because they already signed on for another 3 movies. They've already done that.
Really?
Yeah,
Another three?
it's official. Like they've signed on
Interesting.
for another 3. Um, because the universe is so vast, do you think they can just keep going with it, or do they have
yeah.
to like? Because it's like Star Wars, where there's like billions. Like they've already shown off, like in the first movie, that there's so many more realms and stuff. Like I feel
Yeah,
like
they could go like Fast and Furious and make like
Yeah.
8 of them.
I think though with the amount of characters and stuff, I don't know if they're gonna continue the route they're going though, because I think it's gonna get boring after a while. Because like with Knuckles and now Shadow and like Tails, they all became Sonic's friends at the end.
Right.
By the end, do you think one of them will finally like have a good like keep their villain like instincts?
Oh, do you like one won't become one of Sonic's friends?
Yeah.
Probably Metal Sonic. I think because Shadow became Sonic's friend, and then spoilers, he died.
Yeah.
So I think because at the end of Sonic 3, we got revealed that Amy and Metal Sonic are gonna be in the next one.
Wasn't
Which is
wait,
What's that?
quick thing. Isn't Metal Sonic in okay, maybe it's just me. But in the show, I can't remember what show it was, but in one of the Sonic shows, Metal Sonic was Sonic's dad. I can't remember which show.
Oh, I know what you mean. So
Yeah.
Sonic had an uncle, named Uncle Chuck, and they turned Uncle Chuck. They roboticized Uncle Chuck, and they turned him into a robot. So he's not Metal Sonic, but he was literally technically a Metal Sonic.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Like I remember
Right.
that. I'm like, huh. But yeah, go back on. I can't remember what you were saying, but
Yeah, I think they're gonna focus on Amy and Metal Sonic in the next
do you think though?
one, and I don't think I think the new character Metal Sonic, I don't think he's gonna get redeemed. I think he's gonna die. Sure.
Let me just do this. Okay. So, we were talking about the movies. What? One of the things I liked about the movies, was Jim Carrey.
Yeah, he.
Here we go. Okay. So we were talking about Jim Carrey. Okay. So, do you think anybody else could do the role of Jim Carrey? Me personally, like as Dr. Robotnik, I don't think so.
Only Mike Pollock.
Really?
Only Mike Pollock. Because he's the guy who has voiced Eggman for the past like 15 years. He's the only guy that could do it.
I think. Do you think he'll return?
Yeah. These are the only movies he's done since 2020,
I think
they're the only ones he cares about.
Yeah, I think it's the only way he can come back. The only way they keep convincing him to come back is by that. And like, there's not really. I don't know. Has there been really any other as big supervillain in the Sonic universe other than Shadow and stuff?
Really? Yeah, Shadow's true. We've had Mephiles, which is just this kind of, but he was only in one game. Any other big villain other than Metal Sonic? Any other villain other than Metal Sonic, Eggman, and Shadow only have existed in one game.
Really?
Like individual games, right? Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
some have like Iblis, and some have friggin' like the old ancient one or whatever. But the only consistent villains across multiple games are Eggman, Metal Sonic, and Shadow, to my knowledge.
Yeah, those are like, and then I think wasn't Silver one? No, Silver was.
Silver, yeah, Silver was a bit of an antagonist in Sonic 06.
He was what you call.
But he became a friend.
He's like what you call Harley Quinn when they're like anti-hero.
Maybe,
I don't know.
because he becomes a good guy halfway through, so he's only as bad as Shadow is.
Okay, so yeah. So I guess
but Silver was never actively trying to do wrong to anyone, so he only got in Sonic's way.
so I do think the movies were a really big thing. But why don't we start talking about the shows? So hasn't there's been quite a bit. Now I think the lore with the shows is very vast because of the amount of different stories they do. And is there a true right show for Sonic?
Probably Sonic X.
Really?
Sonic X is, yeah, I'd say it's probably the best one that we've had because it's had, consistently good animation, consistently good storytelling, and just kind of
And it makes sense
it
for the story.
adapted. Yeah, it adapted a lot from Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2, and then it had its own kind of unique plot thread in Season 3. So there's... But, I think that's the best, median Sonic show, but I think Sonic Boom is an excellent friggin' Seinfeld core show. I think the writing on that was excellent. And then you got other stuff like the old Sonic Saturday morning cartoons, which I have nostalgia for them, but I can you can take it or leave it. There weren't enough games for them to use a lot of material.
Listen, the only good one that I remember was the 3 Sonics. It was the brothers.
Oh, Sonic Underground.
Yeah, I not gonna lie, I did watch those shows. I was more of a show person than played the games, sadly.
Dude, Sonic Underground was sick. It's probably so
the
bad.
The intro never
hit.
The intro never changed. It was so
yes, it's so peak. And Jaleel White, do you know Urkel? Family Matters Urkel?
Maybe.
He's the guy who hold up, this guy. This is Urkel. This guy. You know that guy?
Oh. Wait, so what do you do?
His name is Urkel.
Yeah.
Jaleel White, he's the guy who voiced Sonic in Sonic Underground and Sonic's brother and sister.
Really?
Yeah. So they're all voiced by Jaleel White and so he voices a boy, and then a girl, and it's just him pitching a Sonic voice up.
No way.
It's silly.
I think you're wrong though. I think there is another one that's better than Sonic X. I think Knuckles Story all the way, dude. All the way to the bowling. Oh, it's so peak.
Knuckles, I have not seen the Paramount Knuckles show.
It's so peak, dude. It's so good.
I've heard
I love
about
the intro. It's so sick.
Nice. Excellent. Yeah, I never got around to
I'm not gonna lie though, it's not not gonna lie, it's not that great. But it's the intro.
I've heard it was mid, but not terrible.
There's it's the intro's peak. I'll give it that. That's it. It's so
cool.
It's good. I won't spoil it, but it's good.
Very cool.
What was another thing? The merchandise. Now, I wanted to get into speaking about this because of Sonic and a lot of games like it being really big on how they get a lot more money is a lot by their merchandise sales. I think Sonic is most notorious for doing this, especially with their franchise being so big. Mario is, or Super Mario's doing it too. But do you think this the game franchise could still grow without it, or do you think it wouldn't be able to?
I think it would be able to. I think it would just lose a lot of revenue stream, so then less money would be able to be put into the games. But at the same time, maybe if they shoveled the resources from merchandise output into hiring better game developers, then we'd get better Sonic games.
Yeah, I definitely think
but
so.
I don't know how that works. I don't know what the business side is and what it. But I would generally I would rather see more resources put toward developers than merchandising.
I do think that in with the toys and all, they're very they don't really describe as much of the stories in Sonic well enough. I like their toys, I never bought any, but I like the Sonic Legos. I give them props. I give them props for being the first
Sonic Legos are fun, yeah.
I give them props for being the first one to actually start doing that. Like, it was one of the first companies to actually sponsor like that big of a company. Like before Mario. I can't believe it was before Mario, but you know how
Yeah, that's
long,
true.
you know how many years it's been. Mario's been around. They should have done it
Right.
like so many years ago.
I
But
agree. Yeah,
kids trying to make their own custom Legos as a kid. Oh.
that's so real, dude. I had a friend who made a custom Mario and used it out of clay.
Yeah, I remember having to draw my Legos. I had a plain like tan shirt one, and it had a like a cap, and I just put why I say it like that. I had a cap, and I painted like a little red dot on it. And I'm like, oh, this is Mario now. I have a Mario.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So Silver's her favorite hedgehog. Okay, mine's
Absolutely.
Shadow. So.
Valid.
Like, I know it sounds very overrated, but I've just
He's not. He's the goat.
not. I'm surprised, but I've always liked Shadow because he's just him. He's just that guy. And
He's literally him.
I got so excited at the movie theater when I heard, when I watched the ending credits and I saw him. I'm like, this is gonna be peak. This next movie.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Same.
Okay, do you think Jim Carrey could have done it with like another character playing his father? Because I don't know how I felt about that. He played two characters. I love the comment where he made.
Yeah, I thought that did perfect.
He
They
did
great.
he made a comment in the movie. I can't remember what he said properly. He's like,
It's almost as if we're the same actor playing the same
Exactly.
character in a movie.
I can't believe you could quote that. Oh, that's sad.
That's a paraphrase.
That's probably close. That's closer than what I said
Right.
by a long shot. But yeah. With that, I want to now officially get into the final section of the video, at least the video, and that is the games.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Sonic, first of all, started as a side scroller, as obviously implied, and with it didn't have a it didn't really have a good base story, I don't think, from the start. I don't know about you, but I felt like it didn't really show off the story till at least we started getting into more of the 3D games.
Yeah, the stories of 1, 2, and 3 are like same level as like the first 3 Mario stories.
Okay, that's
like,
false. That's false.
They're not bad, but there's nothing to write home about.
Actually, I can actually go. I can beat that right there. The first Mario had
Every brick's a toad, dude.
Damn.
Every brick is a toad.
No.
It's true. In lore, every brick is a toad.
Yeah. But okay, but listen. In the Super Mario first game, you're just getting a princess. I get that. It's like an original like Romeo and Juliet kind of situation.
Yeah.
Second game, it's inside a dream. So they finally start getting more into the vast Mario universe. They get a crocodile in this, and it's like a lot
Yes.
more. It's kind of goated. Yep, we get like really good into like the good story, and then the
And 3 is
final
a
one.
stage play, right?
3 is a stage play.
It's so fun. I love that.
It's my favorite one out of the full like franchise. Out of any Mario
Valid.
game, it'll always be my favorite. But yeah, I think it's better than Sonic's first original 3 because I think Sonic was really, I think the third one was their final last try on trying to be very unique with their like I felt the second one was very like similar to the first one, and the third one they really did try to change up the story, and
In terms of the games,
yeah.
they did. Yeah, that's true. Because 2 is basically just 1 on a larger scale. Yeah, I agree. I think 3 is my favorite 2D Sonic game, other than Sonic Rush. I think it's definitely the best of the 3. But I think it's a steady incline. I think Sonic 1 and Super Mario Brothers 2 are very comparable in terms of quality. I think they're both like 6 out of 10 games.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think something like Sonic 3 and Mario 3 are pretty on par with each other.
What about so with obviously Sonic being as big as it is, which console held the best game
Ooh, which console held the best game?
from the Sonic franchise?
Like the best
Like,
game or the best games?
I guess best games, I'd say.
Okay. Let's see. In terms of now, it depends. Do you want me to say the best ones or my favorite?
You say both, I guess.
Okay. I think the Genesis held the best games because it had 1, 2, and 3, and then also CD. And I think those are the best made Sonic games. I think the console that held my favorite, my favorite collection of games, is probably the GameCube.
Really?
Or GameCube or Dreamcast.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised you don't say like the Wii or something.
I mean, you'd think so. Well, because here's the thing: the Wii and the Xbox 360 both had some great Sonic games. They had, at least the 360 era had Unleashed, which the Wii had as well, and it also had Generations and Colors, which are great Sonic games. And 06, terrible game. I love Sonic 06.
Wait,
even though
what's
it's so
06
bad.
again?
Sonic 06 is the one where Silver was introduced, and it's touted as one of the worst games ever made, and it is one of the worst games ever made. But GameCube had Sonic Adventure 1, it had Sonic Adventure 2, it had Sonic Heroes, and it had Shadow the Hedgehog, which are all games that I love. And Sonic Adventure 2 is one of my favorite games of all time.
Okay. So I don't know which one was the one with the werewolf.
Sonic Unleashed, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that was my favorite one.
That's a great game, yeah.
I think it's probably my biggest childhood like memory of the Wii, especially because it's the only one I can remember just getting on and just destroying. I don't know, wasn't it multiplayer for like? I swear it was multiplayer for some reason. I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't know. I had the 360 version, not the Wii version.
Yeah. Either way, it's such a good game. I'm surprised. Have you played? I don't know. I tried checking at one point when Shadow or whatever this new game.
Shadow Generations.
Yeah. Have you? I don't know if you made a video on it yet, but
I have not made a video, but I played it, and it's a great game.
Okay. I was wondering. I actually checked to see if you did. For some reason. Because I was trying to see if I should actually play the game or like actually try it out. Because I was trying to see people's POV and see how they would like judge the game at least before I try it out.
Yeah, it's great. It's absolutely worth it. It's just like it's like a greatest hits of Shadow's best levels.
And I love Shadow, so I think it'd work out.
Yeah, it's great. It's also the overworld is super similar to Bowser's Fury.
Is it really?
Yep, it's in 3D and it's in like this white world that
nothing
painted.
against Bowser Fury.
Bowser's Fury, I've heard great things about Bowser's Fury.
It's good. I'm not gonna say it's bad, but it's not the greatest because of some It's like a similar basis to it's kind of like Mario 64, but it's a lot different when in the aspect of you just doing the same tasks over and over again, just to take out Bowser, and it takes around an hour just to do, and it's super annoying. It's a fun game because of like a lot of the tasks are fun because you like to ride I can't think of his name, but you get to ride him around, and it's a fun game, but it's not like the greatest.
Oh, Plessy.
Yeah, Plessy. Yeah, you just going around. It's a fun game, but it's not the greatest per se. I don't know how to explain it a better way of that. So a lot of people have this judgmental thing with 3DS, and I don't know if you have the same thing. Everybody I've ever heard, every Nintendo or somebody like that hates the 3DS for some reason. They actually trash it. And that's what I grew up. That's what I grew up with. I had the 3DS. That's the only thing I could play with. So I had Sonic Forces and stuff. And it was such a fun
You had Sonic Forces on the 3DS?
Wait, was it Sonic Forces? No, it's the one with Sonic
Lost World.
Maybe it's that one. It's the one with Sonic with the bandana.
Oh, Sonic Boom.
Sonic Boom, that's it.
Yeah. I haven't heard terrible things about the 3DS game.
Yeah, it's super fun. I do recommend at least trying it out. It's definitely a good one. The
I
one
have
thing.
the Wii U game, which is pretty bad.
What?
I have the Wii U Sonic Boom.
Yeah, the Wii U Sonic Boom's the same as the 3DS.
No, it's not. They're completely different games.
Are they different?
Yep. The Wii U one is a 3D platformer.
Oh yeah,
And
because this one's a 2D.
It kind of sucks.
So I got a question with this new Switch coming out. Do you think because they've already announced for when the new Switch comes out, they're gonna introduce this?
They've announced when?
Sonic's? No, they're gonna announce when the Sonic. People are presuming because they already announced the Sonic Speed the new Sonic racing game.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be on the Switch too, but they already released this release date for it.
Oh, they have a release date for it?
For that one, but that one's only gonna be on the Switch too. So people are presuming.
Crossworlds is only gonna be on the Switch too?
Yeah, this Speed one, yeah.
No.
Am I wrong?
I don't think so. Yeah. It's
I
on
thought
Switch, it's on PS5.
Maybe I read my sources wrong. Maybe you got that. But either way, do you think with the Switch 2 they're gonna, because of how much they're trying to upgrade it, and it's gonna be a lot like the PS5, I'm thinking with the graphics quality.
It's gonna be like the PS4.
Maybe PS4, yeah, I can see that. Do you think they're gonna like evolve Sonic into a way that's gonna be growing hugely into like working on more of a nature aspect?
I think we already saw that with Frontiers, and I didn't really like Frontiers.
I played the demo.
Yeah, it's fine. It's like a 5 out of 10 game. I think we already saw a nature theme with Frontier, so I think if we're getting anything, it's probably going to be more like it's going to be more divergent from whatever we've had before. At least I hope it is. But I really can't predict where we're going next. I think we're probably going to see a bit of a trend of the art style leaning a little bit more toward the movies.
Really? Well, yeah.
So.
What's the Shadow game? That actually, if you look in the
level.
description, yeah, there's like you can play as like the Sonic from the movie or Shadow from the movie. Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
It was cool. They did a good job with it.
And then also is this Sonic Forces? I can't remember. It's the one with this new character. It was on the Switch. Is Sonic Forces on the Switch?
Yes.
Okay, so I may even think of the right one. Okay, I got this Sonic game for Christmas. It's with Monkey Ball, and it's a combination. And I was playing it, and I still haven't finished the game, so don't spoil it for me. But I think that with the Sonic Forces, I think it's one of the best Sonic games ever created. Top tier.
Is it 3D?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, Sonic. I have a video on Sonic Forces.
Do you?
Yep.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna watch it because I know you like to spoil the game. Everything, like you just do that on purpose. I swear. What a cringe YouTuber! Imagine like spoiling an entire game franchise.
I'll do it.
That's all you do, I guess. So I got a question about the new. I know this is getting off topic quickly, but because we were talking about movies and stuff, you hear about the new Zelda movie?
Did hear about the new Zelda movie.
Oh, you.
I have zero thoughts. I'm just waiting.
Are you just waiting for the trailer?
Yep, exactly.
Okay. I think they're gonna ruin it. I think they're gonna mess it up.
I think they probably will.
It's because they're doing live action, and I'm like, oh.
They could do live action well, but I think just wanted that pipe dream.
Yeah,
I wanted that pipe dream Studio Ghibli version.
I wanted them to do like not the Mario movie, but the Sonic. Like if they do live action. No. I don't know. Maybe the animated style of like Sonic, but like, so I don't know how to explain it well enough.
This is what I wanted. I wanted this style. I wanted Studio Ghibli.
Wait, that would actually be really good.
Yes.
But like fully movie.
Yeah, exactly. Full movie is studio. I wanted the movie to be animated by Studio Ghibli, which is a total pipe dream. but it would be incredible.
If they did Zelda, which story do you think they'll do? Do you think it'll just do classic?
Yeah, they'd probably do Ocarina of Time. I think they definitely do Ocarina of Time. I would rather see Majora's Mask. I think that would be a super interesting story. Either Majora's Mask or Twilight Princess.
Oh, we see like the big moon in the sky, the angry moon,
yeah, sure.
the big. I think the big moon is like kind of like just a chill dude, and he's just wanting to hang out with you.
He's just a chill guy.
He just wants to have a cup of tea with you.
Absolutely. He wants to have you as a cup of tea. Yeah.
What?
He wants to eat you.
No. So, when did you actually genuinely start playing, like, I guess I wanted to ask you this was, when did you really start playing your, like, big, major classic games?
Probably, I don't know, like, for as long as I can remember, like 3.
Can you remember
or
just
something?
Going out into the living room and just seeing the old TV and you just pulling out like an old classic game like?
Oh yeah. I remember we had I grew up playing, since we had the Wii Shop channel as well, right? So we had Virtual Console on there, so the primary games that I grew up with were Mario 1, 2, and 3. Zelda 1, 2, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Yoshi's Story, and Mario Party 2. Those were like the main games that I grew up with. And then I also played Sonic and Knuckles on there, and then and Mario Kart 64.
It feels so long ago though. Like you look back and it's like it feels so long ago, but if you really look at it, it's not been that long.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like the Wii especially.
Yeah.
You ever watch those what the ads of like these SNES, like these old classic like 80s.
Oh, like now you're playing with superpower.
Exactly, or like when these kids
those
like,
are great.
Thanks, Mom. With the
It's the Legend of Zelda, and it's really rad. Those creatures from Ganon are pretty bad.
What?
There's an old Zelda rap ad.
Is there really?
The worst thing ever. Yeah, it is the most disgusting thing you'll ever watch on the planet.
I don't want to watch it.
It's so beloved. It's so beloved because it's so. There was actually kind of a peak. There was a good Zelda rap ad for Link's Awakening, but for the original Zelda, they just had these like a nerd and a bully, like an 80s nerd and bully.
Oh no!
Just like wow, nice graphics. Let me send it to you. Hold up.
Oh wait, no.
Let's see. Trailer.
I feel like there's so much more talk about like Zelda than Sonic. Like I wanted to continue talking about Sonic. I'm like I can't.
I think
there's
there's equal. I think there's equal.
Like I can easily talk to you about like Zelda because I understand the game a lot more. At Sonic, I'm never. This is the thing about me and Cam. He played those like Sonic a lot more than I did. So like me and him were always like trying to judge which is better, Sonic or Mario. I'm like, it's such a hard thing to talk about because me personally, I'll always say Mario's better because I grew up with that. That's what I played. I played Mario 6. Okay, wait, let me see this commercial. Let me see.
Did you see the latest Nintendo newsletter?
Whoa, nice graphics. I'd like to get my hands on that game.
You mean you haven't played it yet? We can play it on my Nintendo Entertainment System. It's the Legend of Zelda, and it's really rad.
It is copyrighted.
Those creatures from Ganon are pretty bad.
Probably not.
Octoroks, Tektites, Levers too. But with your help, our hero
like it
pulls
is, but they're
through.
not gonna strike
go,
you.
Link. Yeah, get Zelda.
Yeah, I don't make enough. I don't do good enough.
Intense.
The Nintendo Entertainment System.
Fair.
Your parents help you hook it up. The Legend of Zelda sold separately.
I like that.
It's crazy, dude.
It's great, dude.
Oh, have you seen the second one?
No.
It's genuinely schizophrenic. Look at this.
No. Oh, send me another one. Oh, here we
Look
go.
at that. It's genuinely like Jim
Zelda
Carrey.
become a legend on your Nintendo Entertainment System.
What?
It's so creepy.
Oh my god.
Good time.
This guy thinks
Zelda.
The Legend of Zelda.
What?
A never-ending adventure
Dude,
new for your
actually,
Nintendo
I wanted
Entertainment
to tell you,
System.
I had a copy of the original like NES like cartridge.
Really?
Like it's in fully boxed form, so I still have like the full wrapped box. I don't think I got it at a pawn shop, and it's not open, nothing. It's so good, and like I'm like this is
Nice,
something I'm
dude.
gonna keep for collectible. It's so nice.
Actually, that's a good yeah. Sorry, I'm back.
Yeah.
Actually, on that note of you having the Zelda cartridge, this is sitting on my this right here is sitting on my desk.
Oh. No way!
Yeah, we found it at my
Yo.
grandmother's. It's pretty. It has
That's
generous in
sick.
French written on it with Sharpie for some reason.
Wait, what happened?
It has generous in French written on it for some reason with Sharpie marker. But otherwise, it's pretty cool. I have a Dreamcast up there too, actually.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I've tried to get it set up, but we went through my grandmother's place, and we found a Dreamcast. We found an SNES and an
I still have my SNES. It is so
Nice,
sick.
dude.
I
Nice.
have the SNES. I have the NES right now, and I want to get my hands on a Sega Saturn. I have a Sega
Nice.
Genesis.
That would be really cool, actually.
This has been my dream to get, and I've always wanted to play. I've mentioned this before to you. It's to play Sunshine. And I want to get myself a GameCube. I still don't have one.
Yeah, no, that sounds peak. Here's a Dreamcast
Dude,
controller.
those are like, I hate to say it, they gotta bring them back.
They're like the
I think those W cookie. I think those like the best controller ever made though, gotta be like either the NES or the N64. No, GameCube all the way, because if you actually
GameCube, I agree.
yeah, because that's so iconic. Everybody's loved that controller. I do think sometimes the N64 is so iconic though because of the way it's formed.
The Trident, yeah.
It really is just a trident. Do you think though they're ever gonna make another wonky controller like that?
I think they kind of already did with the Joy-Cons. Like they really kind of went ambitious with those.
Yeah, but the Joy-Cons aren't that bad though. Everybody complains.
They're not bad. I don't say they're bad at all.
I hear a
they're,
lot of
like,
complaint
they're
about it.
unique.
Yeah, they're very unique the way they're formed. They're like Wii sticks but smaller.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Well, they pretty much are if you look at it. They just don't have like one button on the top and it's
Right.
Oh wait, I actually have to tell you this. I watched this video. Somebody was playing like the Sonic game, and they were playing like with the controller face in the weirdest position ever. Oh wait, I don't know if I still have the photo of it. I'm gonna check quickly. Give me a second. No, wrong thing. GIFs. Okay, wait. This is the thing I saw.
Oh, no. Classic. I remember this. Oh, that is excellent. That's so real, dude.
It's exactly. I don't know about
that's
you.
the vibe, dude. That's the vibe.
The real vibe is when you have friends over and you're playing Wii Sports and you're actually playing like either the top 4 best Wii Sport games easily gotta be.
There's only 5 games in Wii Sports 1.
Exactly. So
Do you not like boxing?
exactly. I suck at it.
That's fair. That's a fair take.
Well,
I love boxing.
I don't like it because it's like sometimes I had such bad misinputs, and you also had to have the nunchucks.
Yeah, that's true.
It was a lot more of a I don't know if I can say that, but fine. Somebody I know. Let me move this mic up. Somebody I know would bite off the thumbstick. That little rubbery
Dude,
part.
that's so real.
It's
I
so
was that
annoying.
person.
It was
I did that. I freaking ate those things up.
Dude, I used to chew.
Dude,
on
I
it. It
have
was
the
so
original. Yeah. I have a classic controller, a Wii classic controller, the one that I used to play Ocarina of Time for the first time. It's just completely chewed up. The rubber just freaking chewed off.
No way.
Because I was feeling a type of way. I was hungry.
What is that supposed to mean?
I realize that sounds odd now. I was. My stomach was empty.
It was empty? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
But then it was full.
Wait, this is why I don't let people touch my stuff anymore. That is actually a really big reason why. My somebody I know, I let them use my 3DS. It was my first ever 3DS I ever had.
Oh no.
And I'm like, okay, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm gonna be like 5 minutes. Just you can play Mario New Soup 2. So let me just go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. You got this. Don't mess up. So I go to the bathroom. 5 minutes later, I hear a crash.
Oh.
And I come out like, and she has one of the top screen in one hand.
Oh.
And I'm like, and I start bawling. I'm like,
Oh.
how do you mess this up? And she's like, it wasn't me.
Oh my gosh.
How do you?
That is tragic.
And this is why I have such trust issues with a lot of my items. I'm like, ugh, these simple mistakes. Like, I know I'm pretty bad with myself, but at least it's my own stuff. It's not like I'm going around and snapping at your like flip phone or like what are those?
Right.
How do you even?
Yeah. It's I don't know, dude. Sucks.
Yeah, I got one question though. Are you hyped for the new Switch?
I'm okay with it. I'm
Are
excited
you
for it.
okay with it?
I'm excited
hyped.
for it. That's good, dude. That's good.
Well, did you like? I don't know if you've been following up with Nathaniel Bandy.
I haven't.
Honest, great guy, one of the best guys I've ever seen. But
Why do you say it like that?
great guy.
One of the best guys I've ever seen. Guys, I like guys. I mean, what?
What?
No,
I did not say that. I swear. Rewind the tapes. No. Too much work for me. Sorry. No. Nathaniel Bandy is like. I was watching one of his videos on like learning. Like about like the new Switch and stuff and what there's probably going to be in features. And one of the features was that the Switch 2 Joy-Cons were going to be like a mouse.
Yeah, you could move them like that's so interesting.
I don't know what games that would be good for though.
Probably definitely FPS games. They could like level the playing field.
That could be a good reason for them to start adding like Call of Duty and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then but they need like a keyboard. Oh, I guess that's what the other controller.
No, I don't know how that would.
And also,
no, you could probably just.
How would that fit your hand? Like you have to have like a certain angle, and it just looks so weird how you do it.
It looks very strange. Yeah,
I wonder how it's gonna feel in your hand. Is like that's another thing. And then they also announced like new buttons to the game. Like I was really hyped about seeing like these new extra buttons. And I was like,
buttons?
I'm like,
oh,
buttons.
There's like one, right?
No, there's like 3.
What?
There's like 2 on the back of the Joy-Cons, and then there's one new one on the right Joy-Con.
Interesting.
Yeah, I watched that to like every edge. And they also the new Snap, like that was insane too.
Oh, the freaking like the magnet.
Yeah, a lot of people were like complaining about like maybe it's gonna break off like this. It's gonna be like $2 plastic.
Think so.
I don't either. I think it's gonna be. I think they're gonna make sure it doesn't. People were saying
Yeah,
the
I
same
agree.
thing about like their Switches nowadays, like how they snap off. They're just gonna fall apart. Like, no, they make sure about that.
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited. I'm excited for that feature.
Hey, new Mario Kart.
True. I remember sending that to you like the day it happened.
I was like, I was on a school trip, and I was going to an apple orchard,
Really?
and I see that message. I'm like, wait, what? And I see the video. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is happening. I thought you were trolling me at first, so I'm like, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
watch this. And then like 10 minutes later, I'm like, what the heck? I'm gonna be on this bus for another 2 hours. I'm just gonna watch it. And it was by Nintendo. Because at first I didn't read what it was from. I thought it was just you send me a random video. Because somebody trolled me like that before. But yeah, it was like I was so happy about that, and especially there being another Mario Kart.
Yes.
Big question. I heard there's a chance. I was reading. There's a leaker sending out code right now saying that a lot of the Amiibo skins are gonna be actual characters in the new game. So like Captain Falcon is probably confirmed right now. Kirby is too, and Pac-Man.
Interesting. So it's just Super Nintendo Kart.
That's what a lot of people are calling it. They haven't released the name either, so there's probably a reason for that. Also, if you looked at a lot of people are saying with the new game, like, it's that 24 racers. Everybody keeps saying 24 racers on Baby Park. What? I don't think that's actually that. I was listening to what Nathaniel Nandy said, or Nathaniel Bandy, whatever. He said that it's a hub world.
Interesting.
And if you see like that bag, that could make a lot more sense. And like, why would they want to show that big of a map? It makes no sense.
Interesting.
But then there's also the theory of there was a name that was like called Mario Kart Crossroads. Which
I've heard of that. Yeah.
so I don't know.
Isn't it the Sonic game? Oh, and Sonic game is Cross Worlds, I think.
What? Mario Kart and Sonic Cross.
Yeah, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is the name of the game. So
Wait,
if we're getting Crossroads, that would be insane.
That would be the lead.
Sonic is.
It was a whole like a whole meeting they had. Both companies had it. They're like,
Yes,
so
exactly.
guys, we have to name these two. Well, listen, I want Crossroads. Well, you know what? I'm gonna copy you.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the chances? Do you think that like there's gonna be a lot more other game franchises in the movie though, or in the game?
I don't know. I don't know if I believe it or not, but I think it would be really cool if it was. I don't have any gauge for the chances.
I still think though, like Sonic being in these like a lot more. I feel like lately Sonic has been getting a lot more bigger games coming out. Like the last few years, they've shown up with a lot more games. Heck, this new game coming out, I gotta play with you when it officially comes out. It's a Fall Guys remake.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that.
It still hasn't come out. It's supposed to come out this year around I think July. But it's like a Fall Guys. It looks so funny.
Interesting.
Wait, didn't the company who made Monkey Ball make Sonic? Same company.
Sega, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Have you ever played
Yeah.
Monkey Ball?
I have not, but I've heard good things.
Yeah, me too. Even though I have the game, I've just never played it.
Oh, nice. You should.
I got a question. So, are you like me who, like, I have like 10 games I still haven't played because I'm worried I'm going to get too immersed into the story and I'm going to
Yes.
be like, okay, so I don't want to stop playing this, but I have to go eat dinner and I'm going to forget about this and I'm going to not.
Right. Yeah, I feel that.
It's like,
I feel that.
I get nervous I'm going to forget about it and then I'm going to forget about the storyline and I'm going to come back another 2 days later and I'm going to be like, what happened again?
Yeah, I agree. I've had that with a lot of my story-driven games.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's
you'd
not
finished
fun.
Elden Ring. That was another big one. Holy crap! I just realized you finished Elden Ring. How was that?
I finished Elden Ring in, I believe, like January of 2023.
How was it?
Incredible. Yeah, it's the
Really?
greatest game I've ever played, probably, other than Ocarina of Time
Really?
and Majora's Mask. Yeah, it is. It's in my top 5 of all time. It is one of the greatest games I've ever played, and it is. I'd argue, I think Breath of the Wild is just barely one spot above it in terms of my favorite, but I think it's probably a better designed game than Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. I'm like, I was so hyped when I heard that you finished that. I was like, wow, that's such a good game, and I've wanted to play it for so long. It's
ever since I beat it, I started playing the other Dark Souls games, and
really
now I've beaten
Dark
every
Souls
one. Yeah.
look like very hard for like it's a really hard like franchise because of a lot of like each game gets a lot more tough. They make sure to make it more. Also, the story gets very deep. I've heard.
It does. The lore is very deep. Elden Ring is definitely a spiritual successor to Dark Souls. Yeah, they're in the same exact. They're made by the same exact company.
So, with you playing all these games, do you think, because I know you're Christian and stuff, do you think, like, playing, like, those kinds of games really affect your, like, religious belief?
I think playing Elden Ring helped it, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Because in Elden Ring, there's a lot of different philosophies that come at you from different, like, gods and all these different, these philosophies and mythologies, and it forces you to dig into it, and it doesn't give you the story right away, so it forces you to research and study what's going on, and that got me very interested in, just got me more interested in like studying literature in general, which made me a lot more apt to find the beauty in studying the Bible, because the story in Elden Ring was so well told that it reflected how beautiful the story in the Bible is told, and kind of convinced me and egged me on to continue diving deeper into my own Bible study, because I had to piece things together in Elden Ring. So now I have more of a passion to go back and like understand more parts of the Bible that maybe I didn't exactly get, and actually commit myself to doing that research.
Yeah, totally. I definitely think that like devoting yourself, like, I feel like sometimes it's tough with like playing these games that are like, I've always like was told, like, especially as a younger self, I was always told like to watch out for like watching these videos or playing these games, because a lot of them have like this like different stuff. And I'm always like, wouldn't it make me more strengthen my faith with God, because it would show me more of a way. And I think it also has to indicate with your yourself. Do you think you can actually like properly understand that this is not right? And I think there's also an age
Absolutely.
conception. So like I still think my parents are right with some games, like, but like at the same time I still think like I'm not gonna play GTA obviously, because I don't think that game's fun, but like I still think it's a game that could teach me in the future, like if I don't want to play it, because it's not gonna be a game I'm gonna enjoy. It's gonna be like the reason why I like play these games. Like I used to have somebody who would tell me, it was my grandpa, he'd tell me all the time not to play, or it's actually funny, he'd tell me not to play Pokemon.
Interesting.
And it's because it had all these, he was very Catholic. So I'd be told not to play these kinds of games because they're very they'd have like all these monsters and stuff. He's like, it's very bad. I'm like, okay. And I wouldn't play him in front of him, but I'd be like, I'd watch what I'm doing, and I was very careful with what I would do, because I wanted to be very safe with what I was choosing, and I wanted to make sure I knew what I was deciding on, what my choice would be. I decided to play Pokemon, and I enjoyed it. I loved it. But you know, if I was my grandfather, I would probably say to myself, See, the thing is, my grandfather doesn't understand this stuff because he didn't grow up in an age with this, and it's kind of sad to see because then he doesn't understand why I love this stuff more. And it's not like we have like, and this sounds very, very I don't want to make it sound really bad, but it's like he grew up in a time with a lot more of like wars and stuff like that, or like there wasn't like he'd be outside all the day because there's nothing else to do inside other than read a book. So with us, like, we have all these systems and stuff so we can be inside and like play this and have fun with that. So I don't know if you understand what I mean by that, but like it's like,
I think I get it, yeah.
it's something I enjoy. I think finding a way to us to divide ourselves from not just understanding that this is not good for us sometimes. So like, it's not like I'm gonna go watch like a naughty video or something like that. I don't know why I said it like that, but like, I'm gonna keep myself away from that because I obviously know that's not good for me. It's not gonna be good for my mental health. It's not gonna be good for my life. But like going to like play a game like Pokemon per se, I'm not gonna be as worried because I know what I'm gonna be, I guess, facing and stuff, and it's not that bad. But yeah, I don't know if you got what I was trying to say there, but
I get what you're trying to say because some stuff is barred off from us as kids, and how do I put this? There's an extent to which we like apply this idea that is sinful to enjoy, or that is like that's dangerous to things that really don't deserve it. Because like if you look in the Bible, that is a R-rated book for real. There is tons of war, there's tons of gore, there's tons of like graphic descriptions of everything under the sun. So the question is not, is it okay to like enjoy art, which video games are art, with this kind of violent or bad stuff in it? It's like exactly like you said, do you have the ability to discern what is wrong and what is right in this? And do you get enough good out of it? Do you get enough holy enjoyment out of it that it's worth enjoying? Because no art is perfect. And with something like Elden Ring, it's very dark, it's very gory, it's very violent. But if you understand that you are not literally taking these actions, and you take yourself out of the shoes of someone who thinks, engaging in art or watching something violent means you are then guilty of it in real life. Which, obviously we read the Bible, we hear people like engaging in like gory warfare, and we don't think we're the ones doing that. You begin to be able to enjoy the art a lot more because you can look at things you can look at anything in a biblical lens and get biblical truth out of it, because there's hints of God everywhere, even if the actual thing is flawed and has things that may not maybe they shouldn't be represented in the way that they were. So I think you're right on with that. Like the discernment being, is this bringing, like, it's not an issue of can I see this in it? Should this be in it? Is this in it? Is this sin? Is that sin? It's more, when I do this, can I tell that it's bringing me closer to God, or is it bringing me further from? And that's the main question.
Yeah. It's like if I played like well, this whole podcast was about Sonic, so let's just say as a kid I'm not allowed to watch or like play Sonic because it's like my parents say, oh, this is bad because it's a hedgehog who's an alien, or like it's or what they call, or why don't we do the movie, because that's what they call it the devil, the blue devil. Is that what they say it? The first one? It's like the blue devil.
Blue blur.
The blue blur. No, the old guy says the blue devil.
I don't know.
I swear he said, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's the blue blur. But either way, if they said that in the movie and my parents didn't like that, do you think it's like, no, they didn't care, but like if they did per se, I knew I could. I think it's also a thing where it's a mental game where you know that if you know yourself enough, if you know you're not going to be able to handle this, why even try to put it in front of you? And I think that's the one thing that I think is very important to understand too, is like if you know you can understand that this is wrong and stuff, and you're still going to watch it, it's like not. I don't know if it's as bad as like saying, I don't know if I'm going to be good to watch this and still watch it.
Right, yeah, you can filter stuff out. You can understand, like, oh, like if you watch one where, like, if you watch a film or play a game where there's, like, a lot of crude humor and stuff that just isn't befitting of, like, whatever moral system you have, whether you're a Christian or whatever religion you follow, if you understand that, you can still enjoy that piece of media and look at that and roll your eyes at it and move on. You're not signing off on everything that a piece of art does by saying you enjoyed it, you know?
Yeah.
In the same way that I'm not saying, like when I say I love Sonic, I'm not saying they're perfect games, because there's tons of Sonic games that are not well designed. And then in that same way, if I enjoy a film that has something unchristian in it or something immoral in it, I'm not then guilty of that thing while I watch that. There's the ability to filter that out and just recognize that that's wrong and move on and continue enjoying what is praiseworthy in it. That's a lot better to do than just like kind of sitting in anxiety and confusion about it.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's all up to personal discernment. If there's like too much junk in a film for you, then like, and you believe it's like ruining your spiritual life, then yeah, absolutely abstain from it.
Definitely. I also think
it's case by case and it's conscience based.
I got one question. One quick
You
question.
sure?
Do you think all those employees who get like, do you think they get told off when they're like told that their games are bad? I feel so bad. Like I always wonder.
Yeah.
I always wonder when I like
You
make
need
those
to do
videos,
better.
When I made a video, I've made a really criticizing video one time on Mario Bros 2 because I was so like, I've always said this as a child. My mom loves that game, like she loves it, but I cannot wrap my head around it. It's so, I don't like it. It's so annoying because you can't crush any. Okay, that's not bad. You can't jump onto the like characters and just smush them. Like that was the best part. Now you can only pick them up and throw them. Like what? You know why they never re-implemented it for a reason.
Right.
But I think those employees. I wonder, like, if you look at like a bad Sonic game. What do you
they're
think?
probably crushed. It's sad.
they're quit. They're fired from their job. Do you think they actually do get fired?
I don't know. I
wonder if they always change their. That's the thing. Do you ever think they ever switch their staff teams too? Because
Oh yeah.
they have to, because they have like new people always. That's tough. Like I think it'd be a cool like thing to have on your wall to say, "Hey, I built this game," and it'd be the worst game of Sonic.
Real.
Well, I'm guessing that's really all I had to say today. We're already at the hour mark.
Yeah,
So,
sounds good to me.
dude, I cannot believe we swapped through 10 different subjects. We were talking about Sonic, the movies, the merchandise, and then we started talking about Zelda movie, and we started watching those ads. We started talking about the Bible, which genuinely I was really happy about. Elden Ring, and then we're back to Sonic. I do want to ask you one question though. Do you would you be down to do a thing when I finally face reveal and stuff? Well, I don't know when I would actually do that. I want to start this thing. It's I want to go to this park. You know the park I'm talking about, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Okay. I want to go find a log. I want to call us the Log Bros. Which sound me, you, and Cam.
Like pooping?
Me, you, Cam, and
like dropping logs, bros?
Maybe it's maybe somebody else I gotta think of. And we're gonna go talk about the Bible and we're gonna start a podcast there. I think it would be so fun. It was in my.
yeah.
This has been stuck in my mind for actually like 10 weeks, and it's been like, I want to talk about it with you guys, but I don't know if I'm able to. And I finally am getting like my own proper setup, and it's like, I think it can actually happen. And me being able to do this, I think it would be so fun.
Yeah, that would be really fun.
And even if I can't show my face, we could just do it outside and just do a thing where we just record outside with all 4 of us together. And I think that would be fun. But
All 4 of us?
all 4 of us.
Who's the 4th?
We'll figure that out.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like something I want to do in the future. I'd love to do it with you and Cam, because I think we have a really big connection in like knowing a lot about the Bible, and like I feel like we're really, really educated in this, and I think it'd be really cool to teach more people about this.
Yeah, and if we even treat it less like a direct teaching and more like a deliberation between us and just
Exactly,
discussing these
and
things.
it's just talking to each other about it, because I think
Yeah.
that's how we do it best. We've always done it that way, and I don't know how John pictures us as much, but
yeah, it's faith in us, yeah.
But I think this is where we're gonna end the podcast, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I guess anything last to say?
Skibbity toilet.
Oh my gosh, I'm